Okay, I've put YouTube back on, but that means Twitch is now off. So, apologies. There we go. Okay. So anyway, as I was saying, like, Zavala loses his ghost and loses his light, and Ghost gives you a bunch of rah-rah. Well, we're all getting beat up, but we're going to survive this because our relationship is the most important thing. And then the hilarious thing about it, like, after trying to lean in on you having an emotional relationship with your ghost, who, unlike every other guardian, has a uniquely a unique appearance and uniquely named ghost with their own voice and appearance. Every player guardian's ghost is the same ghost with the same personality and the same voice. All you get to do is dress him up. And then they end that final mission by making your ghost a vendor and urging you to upgrade your relationship with him by doing objectives, because after all of this time of, you being the only reason your ghost exists, you're only rank 1 with your own ghost. Like, it's an absolute domination of the game story by its mechanics, and especially the live game as a service mechanics, not even the gameplay mechanics of Destiny. Funk, you still there?
It's still fun.
Yes.
Okay,
I wasn't saying
sure.
anything.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just want to make sure.
That's weird.
It is kind of weird. Maybe
I
don't know.
They're making a point, which is, I'm giving them too much credit here. Maybe this is kind of like a meta point. Like, we don't care. We care about our ghost so little. We didn't even give it a name. We didn't even ask it its name. We're just hanging out and letting him talk. And we never have any conversations with him. Maybe the game is saying that we're assholes. We have to rank up Ghost. And that's why everybody else has cool ghosts.
But Ghost has been kissing up to us the whole time in game. I mean, there's this discussion that happened between Targe and Ghost, where Targe is like, "Ghost, you don't understand." Like, and also, I mean, I ranted about this in the episode, but that a story mission starts where Zavala supposedly goes off without his ghost, and I'm screaming at the screen, "How did he do that? I can't do that. What button?" I held up the controller to the screen and I said, "What button do I press to walk away from Ghost where Ghost can't find me?" And I thought it was totally unnecessary, because I felt like we could have just gone through the mission looking for Zavala and his ghost. I didn't think it needed to be. They did this whole thing where Targe is interrogating the veiled statues, looking, to try and, to make them tell him where Zavala is. Which also kind of did a silly lampshade of the idea where he's like, "Well, just ask them. The statues are like me. If I have something to say, I'll speak up." And I'm like, really? So what was the bit about all the players locating these veiled statues since Beyond Light or before and trying to scan them or interact with them and getting exactly nothing? If just like now you do it, and it's like, oh yeah, they're just chatty now. Anyway.
I didn't know that they talked. Man, I'm missing a whole lot of story.
They talk in this mission. They talk in one mission, like the last 2 missions of the story, or maybe 3 out of them. I don't know. Anyway, let me start this adventure and see if it'll let me drag you with me. I'm guessing you won't get progress.
Yeah.
I was about to ask, are we going to do anything with that sword?
Which sword?
The one that was in the ground next to the tree that we were looking at for a while. Or was that not a sword?
It's not really a sword. It's a flag that lets you start an activity.
Guardian, be alert.
Oh.
I sense loosened hives swarming to your
We're still
location.
dealing with hive.
Too many to just be from Luzaku's brood.
Are they coming to help?
That is unlikely.
Oh, okay. No, this is good. Okay, so I didn't get the radio message, but
What they're up to?
this is the first Savathun mission as part of the exotic quest. So we're not missing any gameplay out of this. So we will see the interesting mechanics. And let me see if we can switch over to Funk's camera for a second.
Nice.
So people can see your cool outfit.
It is a good outfit.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, geez, man. I looked over at the other screen to see what was on your camera, and I was like, wait a minute, do I have the same outfit? I was just looking at my screen twice, like an idiot.
Your outfit is
I
decent.
think Mara's right. The Lucent Hive are setting up to attack the tower. We need to get down
Oh,
there.
there's a lot of
Heads up. I've spotted some Lucent Hive crossing the
Stuff.
mountain. It looks like they're on the move, same direction we are.
Mara spotted them too. Headed to the tower. You and Cade be careful out there.
See
Yeah.
if you can intercept them, Guardian.
Yeah,
The
so we
last thing we need is Hive light bearers catching us in a pincer.
still have a grand total of one friendly hive, that one we met in that one mission that one time. So all the other light-bearing hive are still fighting us. Yeah, so here's the mechanic, right? We get this sword, and this seal is purple for void. And basically to make that, to seal that, we have to hit it with reflected void damage. So I need to...
Do I need to shoot your sword with void?
I don't know if it works. You try it. See if I don't think I can reflect your damage because you can't even hurt me with it. But there we go. So that's it. We just reflect. So purple ones need that. Now here we got solar ones, and the enemies that are invulnerable because of one of these seals. So over here we got solar. Come on, guys, shoot at me. Shoot at me over here. I'm over here. There you go. Okay, there's the second one. Get this one over here.
I'm determined I don't know how to use this.
Okay, I think that means that the Shrieker over here... Yeah, the Shrieker over here is now vulnerable, so... Oh, no, it's not. Ah. Okay, then now the Knights are. Yeah, no, he's got a bubble around him. We need to reflect void into the seal to make this work.
All right, I forget how the controls work. So how do I reflect the void?
It's just block. Just block with the sword.
Oh, mine does nothing when I do that.
Is there a third one? Yeah, it's behind him.
What are you doing?
There we go.
All right, well, turns
Okay.
out I suck.
Now we go to the arc one in the back. So
This
maybe I don't
place is
kill
starting
my...
to remind me of the opening bit to Stray.
Come on.
So I just stand here and wait for them to shoot.
Oh, I need a new sword. My sword ran out.
They are not shooting me at all. Oh, I'm doing it. Oh! Oh, good. These are the like the raid swords.
Yep, there you go. That was the last one.
Figures. Savathun waited until we were down to kick us.
Okay,
Isn't
that's
that the
interesting.
prevailing style, my sweet flappable friend? At least it's my style.
I was kind
What
of...
do you think you're doing? The entire universe is at stake. Why are your people attacking us?
Why indeed? Maybe you should ponder that little riddle a bit more. Let it roll around in your pretty little skulls. There's more than existence at stake within the Traveler. I'm sure you've so many guesses as to what my motives could be.
That all just tells me Bungie doesn't know either. All they can do is lampshade that harder. It's like, you think this doesn't make sense? Well, you just haven't figured it out yet, you big dummy. Think about it harder while we figure out what it is.
I don't know what the
It
company's
is beyond
obsession
your
with
comprehension.
telling us that they don't
Okay.
understand.
This now needs the right trigger projectile to destroy the little green totems above the seals so that we can charge the seals. And then we go back to just reflecting damage. But we got Arc over... Where's the Arc one? We got Void over there on the right, Arc on the left, and... Alright, well, hold on.
No, it's not. But they've always done it since the game basically first started with the I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain. Just
Yes.
Just don't ask the question. You know what I mean? Alright. So who shoots fire?
I think it
Arc
will
one is-
spawn somebody who shoots fire after we kill those guys. Alright, he fires Void, so that's what we got, Void. Yep, there we go. Now we destroy him. And now we get knights that do... Solar. Come on, just shoot me. Don't melee me, that won't work. It seems like they picking only one target at once, and that they pick you, then it's everybody picks you.
It's a weird game.
Okay, that's it.
Ooh, I got a
Oh, you gotta kill the ghost, otherwise he'll come back.
Oh,
Brimming
oops.
with light and dark.
Yeah, I forgot how
like
that
an
mechanic
overflowing
worked.
teacup. Not so long ago, some would have called that heretical.
Obviously,
That's
gonna
enough.
go hang out in this waterfall.
We're trying to heal the Traveler. If we lose, so do you.
If my little army is enough to stop you from winning your fight, do you really think you have a chance against something like the
Is this part of the game in another
Black
quest?
You think you're helping us?
Oh, I've always been helping us. But I'll admit, this little contingency is a tad more selfish than I've let on. Don't worry. We're almost done here.
We don't have time for your games.
Oh, that's all this is, Crow. A game of moving pieces and pretty shapes. But I'm looking beyond this one. Setting the pieces for the next with great anticipation.
So we haven't even done the raid yet, and Savathun is setting up a sequel. Blackstar says this is just combat with extra steps. Yeah, it is. This is
the
mechanic
game.
heavy, and it's not done yet. It's got another escalation to do. And apparently, what happens after this is that we repeat these mechanics in a bunch of missions to grind rep with a new character.
You're joking.
No, I wish I was, but that's what I've been told. Ow. Whoop, where are you? What are you dying to behind me? Okay, now I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall off
I
the
think
thing.
you have
find
figured
you.
out what I
Alright, yes.
died to.
Oh, you fell off. Okay.
Yes.
Thank goodness. The one redeeming aspect of this whole thing is none of this is in a darkness zone. Absolutely none of it. So right up until the very end of this, when they do their most silly nonsense version of this mechanic, it's all just in normal area where you can self-revive.
It does look pretty nice.
I mean, it's a nice environment. Like the environmental art has always been a massive strong point for Destiny 2 in specific and Bungie in general.
Welcome to the
look at
end,
that.
Guardian.
I don't
Show
know
me how you're going to stop.
how much.
Okay, so
Ball
now there's
dunking.
ball dunking. So now basically we're grabbing a proper environmentally themed ball and throwing it at one of the plates to charge it instead of the damage reflection bit.
Good. I
Our
love
sports
now.
themed balls.
Okay, arc. Where's the arc?
Hey, he's going for the 2. He's going for the 10. He's
Oh.
dribbling it
The
across
thing
the
I
field.
was really bothered by this was that, like, it was very easy for something to block your access to the thing. All right, now we can do damage.
All right, I'll use the super. Whoop. Wow.
But it was such a beautiful moth.
Oh, we get to overload some more rooms. Runes, even.
Yeah. Okay. This is the last phase of this.
Holy
So
what? in the
more balls.
world?
2 runes for each damage type, and it's gonna spawn ogres at us.
Okay, and to get the balls, we have to get the special.
Yes, we need the sword so we can take the totems away that are guarding the balls that you throw at the seals. To yeah.
I may have jumped myself off. Oh,
Guardian down.
Oop. Oh crap! I'm getting attacked from behind. Cool. Is there a second sword out here?
oh, there was, and then I
Okay,
bumped it
void.
off the edge. G-bus.
Oh no.
All right, we're gonna have to play this more conservatively.
Okay, one void down.
Right, so I should just have to sword the
Are you sure this isn't a sports
thing,
game?
and it should go away, right?
It's a good question.
It's not going away.
No.
so unless-
Okay, I missed that one. Okay, no, 2. It. Okay. Totem down. Totem down. Okay, so solar ball. That should be 3. Yeah, okay, there we go. 3. Arc. That's 5. Last one is the solar.
I'm going to blame Savathun's wings. Block.
You okay there, Funk? I heard Guardian down.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, no, no.
Testing.
I think I got it.
Yep.
Yep, okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Not bad, but not good enough.
You'll have to do that several more times.
Oh no.
Is she the new vendor? Do you have to rank up with Savathun?
Hive are falling
I
back from the
wish.
tower, regrouping. Savathun's brood are going to dig into the Traveler like ticks. We can't fight
You.
2 wars at once. Not in our state.
Leave the Witch Queen to me.
What about the District of Columbia?
Suspicion about what game she's at, and we can't let it distract us.
But you're sure you've got this?
The Guardian and I can dispense with Savathun's brood. Right now, the Vanguard needs you.
If anything changes, you know I'm here.
I know.
Can't do that in our state. Maybe in Hawaii or Alaska, but... So, not really difficult, kind of chaotic, and a bunch of moving parts that aren't really shooting things, to the point where, like, at the very end, like, you're almost avoiding shooting anything so you can do the mechanic instead.
Right. Yeah, that was weird.
Okay, and this
analytics.
This is the new NPC.
Look at you, walking tall. Nice to meet you. I'm Micah 10 of the 6 Coyotes.
Never heard of you.
I'm used to ranging far and wide, but this whole new frontier, huh? Feels right to be where we are, though. You might know I shepherd on partner ghosts looking for guardians. I came to the Pale Heart following some of my flock who felt called here. Now, some of them have gone missing. This is a dangerous place in its current state. The witness has done a real number on it. My friend Lee swears up and down the Traveler's hurt, that we've got to help it. It's not such a surprising conclusion to come to when you look at it. My charges were pretty twisted up about it last I saw them. They want to heal the Traveler too, but a ghost isn't meant to be alone. So here's my ask. You help me track down the ghosts who haven't come back. We solve whatever trouble they've gotten into. And then, if we are very good and a little lucky, maybe we help the Traveler while we're out there. This war has gone on so long. And despite all the battles we've won, we've never been so close to losing everything. If there's any chance this can help the Traveler, I need your help, Guardian.
So we've introduced a new NPC for this, so I suppose probably appeared somewhere in the lore, because every time a new character pops up, there's always somebody to say, no, actually, they were on this lore card where somebody mentioned something about somebody doing something. Everybody seems kind of unsurprised that, like, we're having adventures inside God, and some of the ghosts went inside and got lost. Go find them. Okay.
It does
And
seem
she sounds
weird
so
how
desperate to find them.
Well, I mean, okay, so conceivably, this is speculation, but
Desperate to
conceivably
send other people to go
someone-
find them.
Someone's got to be grabbing these ghosts, right, to make more guardians, and they came from the Traveler.
Why wouldn't it be, what's his name? What was Spider? Like, he had a room full of dead ghosts. Like, why wouldn't he be
Well,
out
that's a
here
good point.
looking for it?
Yeah, you should be selling those aftermarket.
Okay, now we got to go talk to Cade.
Hello, it's me, Micah.
Yes, hello, Micah. You looked very different than you did a few moments ago.
Whoa. I just got that.
Cade's in the tower courtyard.
Yeah, I guess we just could walk around to where we were before. Tekka's like, Savathun again? Yes, after being missing from the whole Final Shape story, even though she was instrumental to getting us into the Traveler, then she kind of got left out of that story almost entirely. I got anything in the mailbox? No, I haven't lost anything yet. All right, great.
I'm going to say it. I never thought that I would say this about a Bungie. But I think this story is so convoluted that I can't possibly understand it. I don't care how many My Name is Bife videos I watch. I don't think I will understand what is happening in the story. But I don't think they need you to, is the important.
Are you thankful
They
for that
hiding his
ignorance?
Why are they hiding Cade behind a
no.
box? This is the dumbest thing. What? All right, fine, whatever.
Didn't he die twice?
Oh, hello.
He came back?
Oh wow, I'm glad. I'm glad we got Nathan Fillion back to say oh hello. He's not even here to read this. See, and I think this is why characters like Micah 10 exist, because Destiny's become kind of overfull with florid prose. Like a lot of the cards, like the lore things were originally envisioned as kind of like trading cards for enemies, right? They would be a piece of art of a given enemy type on one side, and you would go into the web interface and flip it over, and they would be a snippet of text. And then some of them were a little too long to fit on the card, and of course, because it's an artificial limitation, they just made the card scroll. And now we've gone completely off the rails. They're not cards at all. They're longer than marathon terminals ever were. And when they want to voice them, they have to have somebody that they can come in and do work on their schedule. So Nathan Fillion gets to say, oh, hello, and do the main story, but the missions are given to you by Micah 10, voiced by who knows. Complete the mission wild card. Got coded mess. Yes,
Is Claudia Black at least still in the game?
Yes, but as a vendor who never has anything new to say and just repeats the same loop. So I couldn't tell you how many years it's been since they had Claudia Black in to actually record lines. I tell you what, I will drop into the tower so we can do my usual thing and say that Tess Everest is the darkness. Or maybe Tessa versus the Witness at this point. I don't know.
Actually, you guys missed a serious opportunity because you don't read chat enough.
Oh, go ahead.
Excuse me. They should have called her Formica.
Formica.
Oh, come on.
Only people from the 70s are gonna get that though, because everybody's like, "What's Formica? Are you talking about ants? What are you talking about?"
You spell it Phor, Micah.
No,
Come
I know,
on.
but I know that like Formica, the F version is no longer a thing anybody references, talks about, or has knowledge of because it's not a material used in kitchens anymore.
Right.
So like,
Really? But
nobody
still.
younger than us is gonna get that
Hold on a
joke even
second.
once we explain the spelling.
You can't get Formica countertops anymore?
No,
Apparently not. Or
I don't think so.
Is it linoleum coming back?
Yeah, it better. I love linoleum, dude.
You can
Yeah,
you can
it
still
was-
buy linoleum flooring. Like the last 2 times we did renovations, we did use it in some rooms for stuff.
Yeah, there was something about how it's made or whatnot that was like eco-friendly more than some other floorings and everything. But so far, yes.
My parents' house has asbestos tiles.
Oh God.
Oh God, yeah, that's horrible.
They taste all right.
Yeah, so the Eververse
Well,
store,
at least you're not breathing it.
as run by Tess Everest.
Has the goods.
And nobody mentioned
That's it.
my bunny gif. I looked hard for that.
Take as long as you like.
Hold on, I'm not in Discord. Let me hop
I know,
in.
it's like nobody checks chat except me, and the day I'm not there, it's like nobody's checking chat.
You're using an illumination GIF? Come on.
I am! Yeah, but the expression...
Cannon.
Come on, I put that thing up while you were doing that stupid game mechanic. It was like, oh my god, who the hell designed this stupid thing? And Deca said, oh, in-universe, it was Sabathoon. It's like, no, I'm thinking Bungie employees. Who there thought this was a good idea and/or slash
Well, I thought-
fun?
Hey, I missed her. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but she basically says like, "Oh wow, if you go back up to her, she doesn't even repeat the line." I guess
That's
didn't want it to be
terrible.
too
I'm
annoying.
wondering
think-
if she
Do you
even
think
gets
she gets
residuals.
paid every time it gets played? Like
Thank
there's
you,
a log
that's
of
what
I
it?
was
hope
thinking.
she does.
I
Like
don't think so.
ASCAP?
I doubt
I
it.
do not think they get residuals. No, I do not
That
think so.
would be hilarious.
Oh, can you imagine Jen Taylor all these years? Holy
Oh.
shit. I mean, yeah.
I wonder how much Microsoft paid her for the failed Cortana voice assistant.
It was like $500, I think. It was really cheap.
I love how that's a joke in the Fallout series.
What is?
The
Oh,
guy who
yes, that's right.
who did the voice for Mr. Handy, the robot. He's like, I was paid like $200, and now his voice is heard all over the world to anyone who has a Mr. Handy.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. Oh, Zale Mannix is in chat.
I heard
Hi,
her.
Zale.
I am
Hey, Zale.
vindicated. Hey, Zale.
Oh, okay. So
Not everything Fenchurch sends is safe to sell.
okay, there you go.
I could listen to that voice all day.
So now the map is actually fully open, which I guess I didn't get after just doing the story, because now I can see, for instance, like the world chest locations in the patrol zone. Which I'm guessing, like, given that those are usually blues that were at the soft cap, after I've done the legendary campaign and gotten it, because the legendary campaign rewards you with a set of gear for one class that is level 1960.
Level 1960, man. Woo.
So I don't know how what was in the regional chest could be worth getting, but you don't have access to them until you finish the campaign. So if you decide to do the campaign first run on legendary, then those chests are pointless to do anything other than check it off that you did it, because
Yeah,
I don't think the
leveling
reward.
system,
Yeah.
is weird.
Well-
Zale wants to know, how's it going, y'all?
I mean, it's going. We're putting a pin. Oh, Destiny just crashed for me, or no?
Oh,
Okay,
God.
just
Oh, no,
no.
never mind.
It did for me the other day. It literally hard froze as I started that Savathun mission.
Oh, just tab out.
Yes.
It goes really good. Zale, did you have a good 4th, or do you not celebrate it? I don't know the region placements for all of our
How do we get the damn
viewers.
Pathfinder thing to go away now?
Oh, there's a button for that or something that you got to hit. There was a whole big error code system for changing that. Do you want me to look it up? Because there was a whole lot of people complaining about those stupid things that would not go away. And I think there's either a control or there's a setting that you can change.
I think it
To
wants me to.
eliminate those.
It wants me to go into. Oh, it wants. Okay, can be accessed by a Pathfinder node on the pale map or by pressing left arrow. But left arrow was. Left arrow was my emote, not that.
Did your screen just go black?
Yeah, that was when the thing crashed. Oh, that's what? Hold on 1 second here.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, wait a minute. There we go.
Oh, yeah, no, I misclicked. I was trying to click into the game to make the thing going away, and it clicked in vMix instead, and put me on a blank source.
Oops.
Okay, by pressing
the
the
void.
Pathfinder node on the Pale Heart map. Okay, there. So I got to go in here. Yes, this is the new thing that I also hate, which basically is like, instead of just following a chain of bounties, which is like, well, okay, I want to do patrols and I want to kill X of X and I want to get so many weapon kills with weapon, and you could eventually get all the rewards you could get for that activity.
Yeah.
And you didn't
Now you get a path.
if you didn't want to do any of the PvP or any of the strikes or any of the other stuff, you didn't have to. Now what they've done is that to get the ultimate reward, which is the powerful gear, the stuff that actually levels you up, you have to reach the end of one of these trees, and any path through all of these will require you to do something that Bungie knows you wouldn't otherwise do, which is why they're forcing people into it. So it either means, okay, like that's a kill with trace rifles, but this one is do that thing, and this one is use special ammo, but usually, like, at some point the paths are PvP.
Well, I was going to ask if they were going to force you to do Crucible, because you would just categorically refuse like I would.
Now this doesn't seem, I don't think there's any PvP in this one now.
Thank
Okay,
goodness.
Lost Sector, cleansing event. Yeah, it seems like most of this is related to Pale Heart public space activities.
Well,
All right,
hopefully
but
they'll have them separated
where are
so
we
you can
actually
pick.
where are we actually going here? Destined
Dale
Heroes
says-
wild card.
Zale says he celebrated the 4th by sleeping in and resting up, which is needed because he had a really heavy workday on the 5th.
Well, I hope he got some sleep. I hope he wasn't too close to any fireworks, because those can definitely disrupt a good sleep.
Oh, please. I literally had to schedule my sleeping around all the explosives in the neighborhood. And sadly, Narc, I don't know if you watch the news, but they busted a gun explosive nut that lives 5 minutes from us. In fact, he lives right around the corner where Narc and I used to go for kindergarten and magic years stuff. So,
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it. They found, I think it was like 30 or 40 weapons, and he apparently got busted because he set off explosives in the parking lot out in front of the house that damaged neighbors' vehicles. And you look at the explosive damage, and it literally is. It was so bad that it tore through the sidewalls of several cars. He tried to cover it up with white spray paint after he set them off. The neighbors say, "Oh, he's such a nice guy. He's so sweet to know. But if he's off his meds, he's gonna go nuts."
Operation Finger Guns.
That's literally how they described him to investigating
What we're
police.
talking about. Really? I'm not hearing any bright ideas coming out of you.
Oh, and all the guns? Apparently many of them didn't have serial numbers.
Oh.
I don't even know how you get guns without serial numbers.
He obviously has been doing it for years. And this is not a young guy either. I mean, he's in
Don't
his,
Google
like,
it.
50s.
By the way, I'd like to point out how ridiculous we're starting off this mission, where it's like, oh no, the witness is using screebs against us. Are you kidding me? Like, are you serious?
Oh, there's a heavy shake. Thanks for the memories.
Kill the topiary!
Jekka says, I'm Canadian. I didn't celebrate the 4th. And the first one rained
Celebrated
out.
Canada Day.
Good call.
Yeah, what's the day that they burned down the Capitol in 1812? Did they celebrate that?
They do not.
Oh, see, now that's one I would put on my calendar if I was Canadian. Which I could be. The more the way the political landscape is facing, I might become a Canadian on Monday, so...
Might take you longer than that.
Well, see, I got the paperwork and everything. I literally just have to file it. But, you know, for me, the whole question is the tax thing.
The dark ether in these screeds is volatile. The witness is
I
intentional.
mean, how can I work for, you know, an American company as a Canadian, and how that all would work out?
You end up paying double taxes.
That's what everyone keeps saying, and that's why I haven't done it yet. But I'm figuring out either there's a way around it, or there's just some way that I can just pay Canadian taxes.
You could, if you renounce your U.S. citizenship and then never come back to the United States,
You don't get double taxed unless you make more than like $75,000 a year.
Oh, well, see, that's just it. So as long as I keep it under whatever threshold they have, then it's like, you know, cha-ching.
Set up a base of operations, maybe by that waterfall.
But they will apply regardless of your citizenship. If you're earning money in the United States while resident in the United States, then you pay it regardless.
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing.
But in that case, Canada won't.
Right. So, like I said, it's the whole if then, if this, you know, and it's like, is it worth the paperwork hoops? Is it worth the tax hoops? Is it worth any hoops? As Zale Mannixon says, unserialized firearms in the States?
In the United States?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zale says, of course, Cade's bisexual enough for me to operate finger guns, and I feel so... What?
Guardian.
I feel so seen for it.
I would like to read that story.
Please read that chat again and make sure I'm reading that right.
Cade's bisexual enough to name the Operation Finger Guns, and I feel so seen for it. Is that the one you wanted me to read?
Yes. Is that what he wrote?
Yeah, it's fine. I also think it's kind of...
I'm wondering.
Is finger guns like finger blasting, like dropping a digit?
Probably.
Finger guns is, you know...
Ask Neil Gaiman.
But it's somewhere we can sit and focus.
Or is it more like, is somebody named guns?
No. Finger guns is when you just wave them around in front of people. Go, pew, 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 you know, like you're pretending to. It's kind of a weird gesturing that people do in awkward moments.
Those things weren't normal screebs.
My name is Guns. Finger Guns.
Essence of Screeb. Screeb Musk. Ode to Screeb, if you will.
I will not.
Hey, one of the
I'm
perks of being
not
in the
sure what we're
Vanguard
supposed
is
to
getting
do.
to come up with the names.
This is serious.
Normal Screeb.
No, it's not. This is not serious. This is the least serious this game has ever been.
Well, I don't know. We did have the
battlefield.
unicorn.
The source with so many hostiles around.
Funk, look out. I'm waiting for
Work your
Funk to
magic,
explode.
Guardian.
He's just like surrounded by Screebs right now. Narc's the only thing holding him back from damnation.
Game is literally telling us, collect paint. Okay.
I know, it's like the phrases they use for this. Yeah, I'm wondering what else comically overscaled things that they're going to do. Are we going to come across this like giant Cade statue at some point? Well, we've got ghosts, we've got these weird hand things. And please tell me that, you know, everyone else has noticed the potential hand jokes that they could come up for this.
Oh yeah, that's how you finger the guns.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. There goes Funk.
Oh,
Painted Screebs. Painted Screebs.
I love how he's only revived
Oh,
points
oh,
in the
no.
middle of them all.
Oh, now they almost got me.
See, he's surrounded again. Fuck, how do you pick these positions to be in?
Seems to have lured something out.
That must be what's driving
Well, they led us to a cliff edge and then spawned enemies in 3 directions.
I know, but I'm sure there's some places you guys can jump. You don't have to be under a bridge with no exits next to a cliff.
Yeah, I do. I listen to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's the only place I can be in relation to a bridge.
See,
I can't eat Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I can't eat any peppers.
Investigate. This Screeb is already dead.
Teeth marks. The ether's been drained.
See, finger guns.
Who's biting the Screeb?
But the war beasts seem tasty.
Hey now,
dark
Mosquitoes?
That's not kink shame.
appetizing.
There's a whole array of defense mechanisms here.
I know all about those.
This feels
There with you.
this feels like Library 2.0, where somebody said, "Okay, I'm only going to give you these elements, right? I'm going to give you dogs, screebs, and turrets. Got to make a whole mission just out of that. You can't have anything else."
Do we get to call them Dark Ether dumplings now?
I might as well. They probably want us to.
See, now I want Chinese.
And you want to play finger guns with my dumplings?
Shadow Legion.
No,
Something use these guys as a chew
Let's not finger dumplings here. We're gonna get demonetized.
Guardian, look out!
Space Rumble. Yeah, behind
There
us
should be a fingerprints minigame.
I was actually waiting for because of the way the armor set looks on the one of those dead cabal there. I was waiting for Funk to jump on top of them, grab their arms, and like ride them like a sled down the hill. I
Why is it
literally
immune?
was expecting that.
It apparently is a boss, and it has damage phases.
Oh my god, seriously? They're so desperate for bosses.
It's a boss
It's a
dog.
boss dog.
Jesus. They're officially out of ideas.
Now they might have a boss moth, unless that's Savathun.
I think that's Savathun.
Yeah, you can't get much more mothy than her. Actually, I'm surprised they haven't made a Vex dog.
You're right.
You know, I mean, considering how
damn
fun the
turrets.
Boston Dynamics ones have been, and the fact that there was that episode of Dark Mirror that was like beyond terrifying. Yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't come up with Vex dogs.
Oh no.
As usual, the most dangerous thing ever in any area is a turret.
No, yeah, that's what they're there for. Well, you are at the bottom of this
There
massive
you
pit,
are.
so... I love how Funk dies around in the cavern of which he's cowering in.
Yep. Even my clawed holes aren't safe.
No, it's funny. You know, Funk is dead up over in the hidey hole, and Narc is in the middle of literally the bottom of a pit, and he actually survived. I find that hysterical.
I think Funk is probably underleveled for the activity, assuming
He's
that kind of
always
thing is still relevant.
Yeah, he doesn't play anymore like
Didn't they
this,
like
so-
disable levels?
Not entirely. All right, immune.
You know what? I should just be using Telesto constantly. That'll keep.
Oh well, yeah, sure. I mean,
Well, careful, you might crash the game again.
always a danger.
Wait a minute. I just saw the name of the boss dog. It's a Devourer
Yeah,
of Paint.
What?
Devourer of tainted light.
The Paint Devourer.
Oh,
Man,
fight
I thought that was
paint.
just my nickname in high school.
Yeah, that's not a good band name.
All right, dog down.
I think it's a great band name. Paint
Devourer
Devourer.
of Paint?
Paint
What's going on over here?
Devourer.
Nah, it doesn't have a
Oh, hey,
ring
there's
to
a
it.
lost sector over here.
Be the source of the dark
Did you eat a lot of paint chips when you were a
There's
kid?
more going on here than we thought.
Well,
Why?
define a lot.
Or
Came
less.
back from the dead to hell, huh, kid?
Guess so. I'm starting to think wishing for you wasn't a mistake after all.
Maybe. You know, something about that wish stuff still doesn't sit right with me.
Huh. Let's dump this ether back at camp and then talk it out. Hunter to hunter.
Oh, man, I gotta dump some ether.
What are those shanks doing here?
Hey, look, it's one of those seats that look like a hand.
The barrel is gone. We can't let the witnesses' forces reclaim it.
Oh,
Hold
wait a
it.
minute, the Shanks are taking
We
over your
don't
campsite?
like. It was a dumb mechanic, and I'm like, oh god, all right, fine. And then they're like, nope, can't even do it. I gave you a container to collect the thing, and then nope, we just blow up the container.
A likely location.
Well, you're at a campsite. Why don't you use your thermos?
While your calculations
Put the ether in there.
Pull up a chair.
You know what's really weird about this campsite? They made us put everything in there individually. They didn't. It wasn't like press X to set up camp. It was put tent down, put the table down.
Well, again, like I'm unsure if any of this is even real, given that, like, you know, none of this stuff is actually in here, and we're literally inside the Traveler, and stuff in here is created by our thoughts, and everybody decided to bring, like, you know, camping chairs and make campfires and have old-timey radios and the old...
Oh, wait, maybe the secret of this whole game is everyone's going to find out that nothing of this is really actually happening. We're in fact all dead.
I think part of me always knew it wasn't the Traveler that brought me back.
Too easy. And too good for him.
Oh, that's just it.
That's not
But Bungie
true.
would do it.
Ikora needs you. Zavala needs you. Your hunters need you.
No, that's the thing. See, I'm not sure they do anymore.
I'll tell you a secret. I'm not always so sure I have one either.
You want to know a secret?
I tell myself I was chosen for a reason, but... we all crave meaning, Cade. That's just life, no matter who or what gave it to you. Do whatever you want with it.
Thanks, kid.
No way.
Next step is meditate. I think
we get to go sleep in the tent.
In a tent.
Wow.
Is it? But there's only one tent.
So who gets?
Oh
the
boy,
then?
we wake up well rested.
And somewhat sticky. Zale says Taint Devoured is an obscure black metal band from Southwest Ohio. They released 4 bootleg albums.
Oh, okay.
In high school.
If this was Fallout, we would have woken up with a chance to have caught a disease.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and with a 10% experience boost.
Apparently, but broke up after the last album started.
Only if you
drifting
sleep at
into
least 6
grindcore,
hours.
And their lead guitarist and vocalist got into a fight or something.
Is that real?
And drama. Apparently, so what Zale says. I have no reason not to believe him.
Okay, I thought I could shoot those, but I can't. Oh, alright.
Disturb your meditation. Cade's out there tracking down our
Trust me,
stolen
I hear
barrel,
10
and I spotted
crazier
these
things by turning on the news every other day, so, you know.
Don't act without a leader.
Deca says they revealed the Travel's real name is Durandal.
That would be...
Zale says, no, I made it up. I absolutely made all of that up. That's okay, it's real now.
Right, someone's going to cite this on Wikipedia.
Totally. I'll fire up the page right now.
I wouldn't be mad if Bungie said that the Traveler's real name was Durand. That wouldn't actually make me upset.
Probably
But
Charlie or
would it be
something.
the Durandal of Marathon, or just I'm also named Durandal?
No, if it was Durandal from Marathon, that wouldn't make me upset.
See,
but they're going to have to explain it in 10 sentences or fewer.
Well, see, that's just it. I don't think that you could... He's way too benevolent. You know what I
We
mean?
don't know that. He might just be dead. Like, it could be in the next expansion. We somehow, like, figure out how to talk to the Traveler for real. And it's a terminal entry, and it's like, oh, fine.
Well,
I've been waiting
had
for
these
somebody
weird-
to use the net boot function.
Yeah. They had some weird interactions with the Traveler setup, saying that he couldn't talk to people directly because of reasons, and he wanted to help and felt really bad about all these different things and whatnot. It did not sound like the personality that Durandal would have. So, as far as that goes, they'd really have to explain how and or why or when it's going on.
Durandal would manipulate. He would be manipulative enough to lie to us about it.
Well, see, that's just it. And I would get more of that, like, say, if Durandal was the Veil. You know, I could totally buy that.
Whatever that shit is.
Basically, it's the Traveler / Gardener /
Isn't that the darkness? Is the Veil the darkness?
No, the Veil is...
The veil is the physical manifestation of the darkness, to the extent that the Traveler is the physical manifestation of light / Gardener. Sort of. That's the closest we're gonna get.
It's the late game antithesis that they decided to pull out of their ass, where everyone's going, wait a minute, what's the Veil? and suddenly explain all of the witness stuff and whatever else.
So the witness is not the darkness, man.
No. The witness
close.
is an amalgamation of a precursor species that was also uplifted by the Traveler, and eventually decided that, we've discovered in deep space an artifact that is analogous to the Traveler. As the Traveler is to light, it is to dark. It is the force that represents intellect and memory, and we will reach the universe's pinnacle final shape by combining these things. And the Traveler was like, no thanks, dude, I'm out. So they decide literally to combine themselves into a single being to force this to happen. So that's what it's here. The witness here is to force combine the Veil and the Traveler.
Come back when you have the
Oh, I understand.
Yeah,
Or
I mean
you could watch
I'm
12 hours
I'm
of Vife video.
summarizing. Yeah, Vife has got a 10-hour video on it. All right, Crow.
Nice work out there, Guardian.
To blow up my ether tank.
Well,
Cade has his own way of doing things.
Yeah, I'm
Gosh,
not
we
gonna
can't
do
get
it.
a little peace and quiet in this camp.
He might not think he's special, but he's got a special something. The type of heroism that doesn't typically lead to a line of succession. It's why the Hunters were so loyal to him, why many still are. It's why the Vanguard is still incomplete. Why you hunted down Aldrin. Get some rest, Guardian. I'll stand watch and let you know when Kate calls in.
Crow's getting main character syndrome.
Guardian down.
Boom! I knew it. Oh my God.
I could see him lining up. I was just figuring out whether I could jump over him in time, and I couldn't get a double jump off before he could do it.
I knew you couldn't out at that distance, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm waiting for it. It's like, oh yeah, he's taking a shot. He's lining it up. I'm waiting for Narc to boom.
Are they swapping out the items in the camp here? Like, these boxes despawned and respawned. Are they changing those items?
Oh shit.
Stole our barrel
Oh,
of ether.
good question.
It was
That'd be funny if
Shanks,
Funk's lost his.
or possibly some different, unrelated Shanks. Either way, come on over.
Yeah, they are. These are different.
Sending you
Time
our
has passed
location.
and they're these
Shanks,
are different.
dogs,
Hey.
screams. Somebody was literally told, like, all right, make a mission with all of the garbage units
The big one hasn't shown
in the
itself
game.
yet, so we're keeping watch.
And well, thank God they didn't
Take
do
any
it with the
nestling cave
Taken.
next to us, and we'll have ourselves a good
Taken.
old-fashioned stakeout.
Good plan, Cade.
Mission's not over yet, Funk.
You really don't strike me as a quiet and patient type.
Excuse me. I'm trying to find the mute button on Mumble on this thing. I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Hold on.
Where's the... All right, where's this waypoint pointing at? There's something down here?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, okay, there was a ledge there, but you pushed me past it, so...
Oh, now you pushed him past. Oh, no, he's safe.
ooh, this is an interesting one. Look at this.
Use shortcut?
Oh, right, because this is a dead the wall. It was just a wall. There's no way through. They just didn't model a tunnel.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, let's look behind us.
Investigate.
Oh, it's invisible wall. Unbelievable. I appreciate
Laser burns.
the effort.
The Shanks went haywire, just like we saw with the war beasts.
This dark ether corrupts wiring just like it affects organisms. That's alarming.
Like we needed even more of a reason to wipe it out. Stakeouts make me antsy.
Sit still. Weren't you the one who suggested this?
You know, the only thing better than my first ideas are my second ideas. What if we let
oh,
the Guardian do
wait,
what? they do
what?
best and just unleash hell?
Oh,
And let their fire draw out the leader. Smart.
oh,
Sounds
good.
like
It was a
plan.
darkness zone.
Yeah, that was a darkness zone where a very obvious jump to what seemed to be part of the playable area was like, nope, death zone. What?
Well,
Why was that a death zone? Like, I'm sorry, they lead you up to this rally point. Are we not supposed to jump through this gap in advance? I think is this not? I mean,
We're supposed to draw out the Mega Shank.
where's that?
I don't know. Oh, geez, we can't even.
No,
Can't even-
exactly. I mean, that looks to me like where we were supposed to go, and it kills you if you try.
Mega Shank.
If I were a Mega Shank.
Oh, I see Shanks coming. But I would describe them as, at best...
Mini. I mean, those are mini Shanks.
Yeah. I would like a macro Shank.
What? Why?
Is this the Halo 1 pistol? Those were good shots.
No.
No, I see another Shank way on the difference. No, this is a sidearm that I think you get as part of that story mission, and it is excuse me, it is strand damage type, and it is explosive. Oh, okay, I'm being shot by something.
Oh, Tracer Skank.
Okay, all right, that
Did we
is
get the
a
Mega
Shank.
Shank?
No,
another
these also just
paint.
look normal.
Paint order. All right, now I'm not going to. What?
Is this thing like the myth level where we're just recreating Galaga by forcing you to stand here and shoot stuff through this tiny window as a pattern of flying things passes in front of us?
Yes, I think that's Space Invaders, but yeah. Oh, there's the Mega Shank.
Yeah. Hoarder of tainted light. I mean, at this point,
I thought you were really it really was called Mega Shank.
at this
That would've
point,
been
I'm
cool.
expecting Bungie to just put in a pair of enemies that are like the giver and the receiver and tell you, well, now you need to go and, you know, like, I mean,
What
that's
if
the level
we-
we're operating on here.
Top bunk, bottom
What if
bunk.
we brought the Hoarder of Tainted Light towards the Devourer of Tainted Light?
Oh, they'd probably love each other.
Catching, pitching, you know.
All right, so now
Come on, old guard. I dare you to be
is this also death over here?
careful with that word.
The bunk.
Oh no, explosives behind us.
everywhere. Now, does anybody get the impression that they really wanted a servitor here, but they just couldn't justify it?
I don't know what, with this
think they lost-
servitor not in
they
the
lost
budget?
the
I mean,
rights
for
to
anything to happen.
servitors.
Well, I love how all of you exploded in response. Shall we try that again? Bunk, what'd you say?
Do you think they lost the rights to use servitors?
I don't know. I just don't think
Copyright
in this-
expired on skanks,
I
so they
think
can use those for free.
story-wise, They couldn't imagine a reason why there would be one or why it would be here. But it's just the scale of this encounter. It's like, well, what can we put here? And they ended up with Mega Shank.
I think
I like that this.
actually Narc was making a joke, but may have been correct. I would bet there was a meeting, and someone said, "Hey, what if?"
Oh, and now
the
he's coming
exotic
here,
mission-
but he's immune.
What if in the exotic
Okay, all right,
mission,
there you go.
we just basically had hard versions of all the easy enemies, and that's probably why it's not a server.
I don't know. I just get the scale of this. This is the kind of thing where if this were Marathon, it would be a Juggernaut
all this raw
or you know,
Our barrel is still
some
missing,
other
though.
more epic.
Hold on. Let me
combat
check
villain.
the Mega Shank's data.
How are you going to get more epic than a shank?
Got the
Mega
coordinates
Shank.
of where it originated.
Sounds like the perfect place to continue our investigation. Operation Boom Pop Wow is back on track.
What about Operation Popscorn?
Hey, there you go. You see how fun it is?
I heard
So we're-
Mega Shank was one of the original band members in Metallishank.
So
his own
we're
thing.
between the end of the story and when you're supposed to do the raid, and the problem is that we can't defeat the witness because he's using screebs and we don't have a barrel.
And Popscorn. Don't forget the Popscorn.
And again, we can't walk between these two locations. We have to teleport using a cave.
And we couldn't
Is
walk
this
out, like-
Skyrim now?
Yes, and we only had that like 40 square feet to walk around in. We couldn't even move into the surrounding scenery.
You remember when we played Fallout, and the thing that put off Blackstar more than anything else was like, what do you mean there's a loading zone when you go through a door? Yeah. I'm like, well, it's always been like that. I mean, that's the way it is.
Friggin'
I know
sense.
you still
Stop
hate
it.
me deep down, but we should probably stick together from now on.
I don't hate you. I don't even hate Aldrin. We both played our hands and his trumped mine. It cost me my life, my friends, Sundance. Oh man, Sundance. She was everything.
Still haven't mentioned
But
Ace.
I got dealt a new hand.
Oh, they're
and get to choose how I play it
backpedaling
next.
that.
Cade,
It was literally his dying words.
I'm sorry.
Like Sundance was killed, and everybody understood in that moment that the plot significance of that was Cade was vulnerability, not that Sundance as a character was dead, because Sundance was not a character.
Don't you think we both paid enough?
What I think is weird
I guess
is
Crow's got nothing to say to that.
they literally haven't said anything to us. They're not like, hey man, so anyway, and then start talking about their feelings. They just
Somebody gonna clean this up?
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
No?
In fact, I've heard
Too much
some,
radiation.
I've heard some discussions where people are saying it's possible that Cade and his wife didn't in fact actually exist. It was just a false memory in somehow handling either his resets or implanted in him to behave a certain way after he became mechanized.
Then he would either realize that, which would be important, or he wouldn't, in which case he'd still think that was true and it would still be meaningful to him.
Right, but see, that's just it. There have been a couple memory loss issues and back and forths in the story lore and whatnot. Like I said, they're backpedaling.
Well, I went backwards when we spawned in, just to see where it went.
You ended
Did
up
it
in
go
a
anywhere?
screeb hole.
It went to the abscess, whatever that is.
Well, I went
hole.
forward.
I swear Bungie is fucking with us because now we have Popscorn and Screeb Holes and Mega Shanks.
Judging by the
Popscorn my screeb hole until I mega shank.
Seriously, I want to put all of these in a sentence somehow, but you know,
okay,
I can't do it without laughing.
I have gone the right
Or
way
should I
because
say
I have
more?
found screebs. So this is the screeb hole.
They're breeding a new Screeb race. Screeb on Screeb action. Actually, you know, Screeb Hole sounds like a really cool bar. You know, we should probably make one and call it the Screeb Hole.
That is pretty good.
See? Isn't it? That would make a great bar name. Sure beats Mega Shank, let me tell you. That just... That does not bode well image-wise.
I don't know. I think I'll take mega shanks over screeb holes.
Nobody wants to get shanked. And certainly not mega shanked. So
Nobody wants a screeb in their hole.
No, people want a screeb hole.
I mean, especially, you know, except the filthy screeb hole wanters. Not that I'm here to kink shame anybody.
You've been
All
into
right.
bars that are holes in the wall, right? So, I mean, it's not that much of a stretch.
There's our barrel.
Well, I've gone as far
found
as the
barrel.
map will let me go.
Well, you went the opposite direction of where you should have gone.
Yeah, you would know funkies.
I've obviously found. I mean, I've obviously gone right the way because here's the barrel, the most significant item in Destiny. After you beat the witness, you need to find a barrel.
Now,
to
can
put
you accidentally blow
paint
it up?
in? No, I can only investigate it. Oh, what?
I mean, in science fiction, barrels are a very powerful entity. It took one empty blue barrel to take out Worf in Star Trek.
I mean, our old barrel was spilled and broken, but this one is immortal.
Or I'm going to join allies.
Kill me now! You must... I broke my back when trying to pick up a peanut.
Oh, this thing's all kinds of ugly.
Oh, and he's immune.
Ether source, Guardian. Light it up. Let's pop
Wait, did Funk just quit?
No, he got beamed over here.
Oh. I thought a warning sign. I thought he dropped out.
I got your back.
What's causing the immunity? Is this actually a mechanic?
Yeah,
Probably.
it appears his health bar is down at the bottom. His boss.
Mm-hmm. Well, I asked for larger scaled enemies. Looks like I got them.
Sort of.
Yeah, he looks bigger than the last time. What are you supposed to do? Get a flagon and stick it in the barrel and pull out the
No, I think we're supposed to actually do the thing we were supposed to do earlier, which is collect the items, the tainted whatevers, and dump them in the barrels.
Oh, great. So we're now playing Gambit.
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh man, it's too... Whoa! No one expects this Spanish free position. It's too hot to cook, so I want to get takeout, but I don't even want hot food, it's too hot, so...
It's in the tunnels. I'm going in after it. Great, I'll drop anything.
Is the name of that thing Lee Lick?
That's another thing for the soundboard. I'll drop anything you... Oh, never mind.
Actually, I think you're right. Lee Licks. Except it's not Lee Lou, it's Lee Licks. There's nothing suggestive there at all.
All right. Update. I have to go. I have to drive to Bowling Green, Ohio.
Cool.
What, like right
Nice.
now?
Yes.
Why don't you just watch the stream while you're driving and continue the commentary from like
That's
that?
normally what I do.
Actually, yeah, do you have one of those portable game controller things that you can stream from? You know, those Steam Decks, whatever's?
I have a computer.
Okay, so that's a no. No, I was just wondering if you had one of the portables you could like go to your airport and sit in the lobby, and then you can just like remote stream the game through, you know, one of those streaming apps.
I did do that to play a little bit of Fallout 76 last month, but I've been
right.
I've been in the airplane so much I haven't been able to do it.
Oh, I'm waiting for you to get busted. It's like, oh my god, I can see
There's
you in
nothing
the
wrong
alley.
with what I'm doing. I just can't do it.
Oh no, it's when. Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to be on the airplane, and it's like, oh, I gotta figure out what's going on, and you pull out that thing, and get busted.
Those mini screebs?
We can cave them in.
It's the infection forms.
Scream huggers?
Did they not teach Guardians to use two hands when holding their guns?
No.
No.
Hey, ugly!
Oh god, are we gonna get plushies of these now?
Okay.
Killed by a brick.
Yeah, I complained about the lack of plot advancing cutscenes, and then when they do that, and I wouldn't say that was all unnecessary. Like,
yeah, we already killed that.
We already killed that thing. That thing was done. There was no reason to bring it back so the two NPCs hanging out with us could kill it a different way, a way we can't kill things because we don't have destructible environments. Like that was unnecessary.
I hate when
that's
cinematics
gratuitous.
take away our kill.
Not to mention jumping behind the back, throwing
Fundamentally,
weapons and falling over. And...
I did not mind that cutscene. It just feels like, you know, if they're going to spend the $30,000 or whatever it costs to animate that,
to be honest,
something better.
It looked like they're ripping off their own cutscene where Kay did something very similar in Forsaken. You remember? You remember that
Nope.
when he was? Yeah, when he was.
I don't remember anything.
Fighting the Popscorn.
You remembered the tape?
What tape?
The one you got 2 weeks ago.
The blackmail tape. You know, the one jail sent.
That's right. I remember.
See? Knew you
It was
would.
a package. Okay. All right. I have got to go pick someone
It's a
up
new
from
cloak.
stupid Bowling Green.
If you're going to be the next
I will
Hunter
see you
Vanguard,
guys later.
you'll need one.
Okay.
All right, drive safe.
Later.
Dare.
Hey,
Well,
Punk.
that's not
Isn't
gonna happen.
law. If it was, Aldrin would have the position.
Hey, you shouldn't have.
This needs to be your choice. If you don't want it, or you're not ready, don't do it. I wasn't ready, but I did the best I could.
But you're the Hunter Vanguard.
Not anymore. Too much paperwork.
Also, not a guardian.
You want purpose. This is it, kid.
I do like that he's repping Farth.
Me,
I
can't
do
be
love
tied to a
Farth.
desk if I'm gonna find mine. Just think about it. I dare you.
Look, one of us is going to wear this burial robe eventually.
Make sure you celebrate, yeah? Life's still all about that timing, huh?
Was that a Birds
Big
reference?
fight coming up. Let's
I think so. Now listen to a radio in the Lost City, but not this radio.
You're still my favorite.
God, they give you a talk prompt. They do one thing. He says, "You're still my favorite." Oh, and I can't. I can't leave this early. I have to wait for the 30-second countdown to take me there.
Well, you got exploring to do. Think about it. I dare you.
All right, this might be a good time to take a break.
Probably a good idea.
All right. I'll wait till we go to the next location, and then we'll take a break.
So, in this stunning 15 seconds, yeah, is anything going on chat? I haven't looked at it, but
Zale was asking where in Ohio Funk was going to be, and then remarked about the lack of firearm instructions for Guardians, responding to Funk's thing about why don't they teach Guardians to use their guns with two hands. Guess not.
do you ever want to talk about your feeling, Cade? I do. I know, Crow. I'm sad. I know, Crow. Oh my god, it's just so emo.
Oh, wait. Wait, what?
Oh, is it dragging you kicking and screaming? Do you not have a choice? Apparently.
I don't know. You know what? No, I think what it is that it spawned me at the default patrol location. But to advance the mission, I'm supposed to listen to the radio in the tower, which is not this transport position, it's this one. And I honestly think they're trying to get people to do those activities. So, but like,
so they're
you'd be
auto-spawning you?
Yeah, you'd be forgiven for going in there and thinking that the thing you have to do is do that activity, but it's not. You're supposed to come here and either talk to your own ghost for one of the quests, or listen to this radio for the other one.
Zavala.
Damn.
He told me something that you
You
need
go,
to
girl.
know.
What is it?
He doesn't intend to return as Hunter Vanguard. He thinks Crow deserves the job.
He's not a guardian.
Indeed. Crow is more than ready. And he's a different person now.
Neither is Zavala.
We all are.
Ikora can... There's no easy way to say this. Will you teach me how to use stasis?
Are you sure?
I know it sounds hollow after all the times I've warned against using the darkness. I know, but... As you said, we're all different people now.
We certainly are. Of course I'll teach you Zavala.
Don't go easy on me just because...
I won't. Meet me at camp. We'll start with the basics. New light.
Okay, That is the first part of this that I've actually been impressed with, where they've actually managed to weave the game mechanics and the story together in a satisfying way. Zavala doesn't have a ghost, so he doesn't have light, so he can't use light powers. So if he wants to be useful in the struggle, he has to use darkness, because darkness powers don't have anything to do with the Traveler or the Ghost. So that's kind of neat. After Zavala basically saying, don't use darkness, it's too risky, Zavala is forced to either become irrelevant and retire from being a guardian, or he has to learn to use stasis and become a stasis titan. That's neat.
A synthesis between game, story, and plot.
Yeah.
Wow. Who'd have thought?
And it's all told through a radio.
I know.
Yeah, I think
that's the saddest part.
It seems bad to have gone through this much to find that, given that so many of the other points when this combination brings itself to our attention, it's in a negative way. Not.
Yeah. I wouldn't click on anybody yet because it may auto launch you.
Yeah.
So if you want to take your break, take it.
Yeah, let's
now.
go. Let's take the break.
Okay.
Oh no! Give me that back. Thank you.
Oh, the other one.
And my lights are off. Okay, great. All right, so we will take a quick 15-minute break, and we will be right back after that.
Cool.
Okay, we're back. Funk is no longer with us. He had to go because of work. And Black Star has gone back to lurk mode. And I'm just gonna push on with some more of this. It looks like we may have actually been doing the wrong activity.
Oh no.
In the sense that, well, I was just looking at the stuff on the map in terms of like, well, what is interesting? What would I would want to do? And it was like, oh, okay, down here, replayable missions, like to replay the story. You know, like you would normally in Halo when you do a level, you can play it again at a different difficulty. And then it says, no, you haven't progressed in this quest called Convalescence Budding. And I'm like, but that's not the one we're doing. Because up here on this page, that wasn't one of the things here. The things it was promoted was the exotic quest. But down here is the final shape, which says do wild card, but it has convalescence route bound. This is the Micah 10 quest. This is the go find the missing ghosts quest. And I think its progress on this is what is blocking access to the last part of the story that's not the raid, which is a 12-person activity that launched after the raid was completed. I don't think we're going to get to that today. We may have to come back to it some other day when we have nothing else to do. But I'll at least pick this up and leave the exotic quest and the Cade, Crow, and Screeb show for some other.
So finding the ghosts that introduced us to a new character is essential.
Yes, it looks like that is the thing that unlocks further story progression to the extent that you can call what happens next in the game story progression. I'll talk to Cade anyway, just because I'm here. Although again, right, we have to read this to ourselves because Nathan Fillion can't do it. Oh, but it looks like this may be done. It looks like I've just got this rifle, and this was a rifle I think that a lot of people were using in the raid when they were playing hunters. That it's a gun that when you collect orbs, you can use it to fire a shot that is a high damage solar shot, similar to what you're doing when you're a solar hunter firing the super, the golden gun. Confront and unmake the witness? What?
Oh, so
all right. I guess. All right, fine. I guess I'll try to.
Hey, good luck out there.
Thanks. I guess I'll try to unmake the witness before we collect dead ghosts, since it's suggesting it.
Ghosts are all the same, anyways.
Okay, which one of these waypoints is the one I want? That is the question. Because that's route bound there. That's Destined Heroes. That's a different quest. Confront and unmake the witness.
Waypoint added.
Launch. Okay, this is that mission I was talking about. This is the one I was talking about, the 12-person. This is Excision. What am I... But there's also no choice here. Like, narrative is the only choice I have. All right, well, anyway, let's just do this. I believe this is the last thing that actually has story in it relating to... It just bugged out the cutscene. I didn't do anything.
No.
There we go.
Oh.
Defenders of souls, hear me now!
Assemble.
One fire team infiltrated the Witness's monolith and shattered its hold on the Traveler's light. Their courage bought us one last chance to finish this. But the Witness still lives. The Guardians and their ghosts will face the Witness, while we eliminate the remainder of its forces. Our final chance at freedom lies on that field.
Who invited Savathun?
This enemy has taken so much from us all. Helixni. Cabal. Awoken. Humanity.
Oh, the huge manatee.
The Witness started this war long ago.
So nice of them to wait.
Now, we end it.
I take it that stasis he just learned?
Yes, that's the don't call it ice power, which is stasis. I also love that, like, okay, I understand. So they locked this mission and that cutscene behind the raid. So basically people had to go, this is how they're solving that problem where in the past expansions, in order to get a completion to the single player story, they had to let you do a mission where you would appear to defeat the big bad by yourself. But then what's there to do with the raid? The raid either needs to be like Destiny's original raid, a totally unrelated thing, or it's repetitive. So the way they did it in Taken King was you defeat Oryx, but then Oryx runs away from you, and in the raid you get a group to pursue him and defeat him finally. In this one, what they're doing is that the first story mission ends with you being defeated. And then a raid group goes in and beats the Witness, but the Witness runs away. And then there's this mission after that where you finally, so even if you don't do the raid, you skip over that middle part, but you still get a mission against the Witness where you damage it, but you are defeated. And then another mission where you gather a bunch of people and you get a final victory. But this was also locked behind the exotic quest where we had to undergo a lot of the weird jokes and fight screebs and collect their juice to put him into a barrel. That's the decision that I think I find kind of questionable about this. I might have pieced out of that saying, this is silly. I don't know what the reward for this is, but I'll do it later. And you literally wouldn't have had access to this. And so you don't get the story, although all the progress in the thing says that once you've done the other mission, you're done with the story. Like they locked their Avengers Assemble cutscene behind a mission where you kill trash mobs and listen to dad jokes.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
It was a weird choice.
So these are all players that we're seeing now?
Yes, so this is a 12-person activity. This will be a bunch of other people. Oh god, I should probably mute my damn microphone.
Oh yeah. Does it audio you into it?
We need to get eyes on the Witness.
I'm not sure.
First fire team in there, don't hesitate to engage.
Fly, Guardian! The Witch Queen and I will prevent its escape.
And your allies will fight at your side.
This is what we were made for. I'm with you. Until the end.
My house and I will aid you. We fight as one, Guardian.
And so I'm guessing the idea here is that, like, all the enemy factions will be present.
Just not all at once.
Really dislike fallen captains. Okay, though the ships are friendly. Okay, so we have more friendly hive. So we've got more than one friendly hive. And there's the named one we know who just
This is a change
disappeared.
of pace, isn't it? Never let it be said I wasn't here when it counted.
Yes, we'll be sure to compliment you on your great leadership capabilities.
Oh, I shot Empress Keitel in the back. That's no good. Excuse me. It's really difficult to positively identify a friend from foe here. I mean, except the subjugators and the other similar items,
Oh my
but like,
goodness, there's so many things flashing and
yeah,
numbers. I don't think I've ever seen this activity, even in WoW.
oh no, I mean, WoW has still got, 40-man things. I mean, this is.
Very, very busy looking.
It is. How you doing, Savathun? You. Well, I did use up all the bullets I had there.
Guardian, keep your focus on the witness. Empress, Mithrak, Savathun. Witness forces are closing in. Help me stop them.
I have no bullets.
Command, we're closing in on the witness now. This is it.
We are the first knife
I am huge.
that carved purpose into being. Your resistance will be remembered within the shadow of the Black Fleet. The Saint arrives to offer aid.
I also don't know if there's a mechanic here other than just shoot everything that moves. Oh god.
That's
Oh no, okay, I've wandered into a bad place. Yeah, I should not have had those guys behind me. That was bad.
Whoa. They're
But it's
carrying,
not
like, shields with black holes.
Oh, hey, Saint. Oh, somebody else is dead here too. Hold on. Wasn't just me. Oh, ow. I do admire the game engine's ability to continue to render at a decent frame rate with all this stuff going on, but I'm not sure people's brains move this fast.
No.
It's like, what is going on? I'm not really sure.
So much color, so much movement.
Take this. Use it in the elegant ways to which you Guardians are so accustomed.
Gather light to become one with darkness. That's
What?
not in any way counterintuitive. Light gather to. Okay, we're all right. There are some fissures opening up that have light, and we collect it and dunk. It's here. Yes, draw. Okay. Oh my god. All right. Nope. Dead.
No. You got
There doesn't
this.
seem-
You got this.
There doesn't seem to be much penalty for death in this, unless you're carrying light that you haven't dunked. But we're about to finish this activity anyway, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it's kind of like Elden Ring.
Well, Destiny as a whole doesn't it, like there isn't like in Elden Ring you can die, and if you die again before collecting the things you had collected, you lose that currency and can't upgrade. They don't even have that
Yes.
here. There's no XP punishment for death.
Okay.
Just like the last time, Guardian.
Ah.
Destroy the statue.
Oh God. Hey, at least we can destroy multiple at once now.
We are one.
It will end soon.
I doubt that very much.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's a live service game. They don't ever end now. Games are no longer allowed to end. Okay, now there's a mechanic of are we just shooting any of them? Does it matter?
I was afraid it was
No,
going
you
to be
shoot
that
'em all.
basketball thing again. We had to carry the ball and throw it at it. What?
They're
He just
using
put
the
his hand
raids.
on you.
They're using the raids mechanic here. There are attacks that are just one-hit kills, and if you don't dodge them, you die. And of course, if everybody dies in the raid, you start over. They're not doing that here. But this attack just kills you if you're.
Yeesh.
And there's a pattern
And
to
there's
the
no-
attack. But again, I don't think people like me who are casuals who are dumped into this, they don't know them, and they're not going to learn them in the time it takes to do this mission.
So there's no way to dodge it when you're on that platform.
No, you have to go, like, I think you have to go to the right of the platform first and then to the left of the platform. But also, as a warlock, I haven't got a dodge action equipped, so it would be difficult for me to do that. I think this is going to be another one of those where a couple of people will have to know the mechanics and everybody else will just be shooting things and hanging out until they complete them. Like, I'm not really aware of what's happening in here, even though I've seen people do the raid.
There.
Young Wolf, look for a spear. Scourge cannons will be available shortly, courtesy of Shax. Make good use of them.
Yeah, we're doing a fan service thing too now, where we're just bringing back a bunch of characters who are giving you custom weapons that have occurred in other activities. Go grab this and do a thing. Love it, there's no enough room for the enemies to spawn, they're just stacking on each other.
I was not only to spawn, but where would they move?
Okay, I think I can only hold one unit of light, so there's no point in trying to collect more. Let's go over this side and fight some different things. Looks like we got some Vex over here.
Smash them statues.
We carve you out!
vulnerable. Give it all you've got, Guardian.
Fire everything!
Okay, yeah. See, now I gotta let me get to the. Oh darn. Okay, I'm just trying to run through everybody to get to the other side and not die.
Oh, you can't clip through other players?
No, other players are an obstacle.
Interesting. I haven't bumped into a mechanic like that in a while.
Yeah. Well, the Division has that.
I don't play the Division.
That was literally the
Is
first
there at
thing we
least-
learned about the Division. Was, oh, you can't get in the door if someone is there.
Well,
Okay,
from
damage,
nothing,
damage
where
phase
did a
over.
quarter of your health go?
Okay, there's a light here.
Take up the spear!
An instrument of sharpest ruin for your hand.
Seems like Savathun is just hanging out at the back, not doing. Oh wow, what killed me there? Resident Seekers. Okay, whatever that was.
Maybe you just took in too much light. It seemed rather convenient that it happened right after your cinematic of absorbing it.
And 11, 12, 13. $14, 15. Oh, no, that was the last one.
Join them!
Well, you heard him. Can you freeze the ground? And here I thought we would have to go through all these cycles just to destroy one at a time.
No, and even the story mission was not as unforgiving as it seemed it was going to be, given the way the first one started, where they spawned an enemy, and then you had to go through 2 damage phases, and then they spawned another one, and then they added another mechanic, and it really seemed like, oh wow, like there are going to be 6 damage phases to complete this activity. And it was not that bad, because they basically took away some of the phases. Like, the next enemy had only 1 damage phase, and then the next phase, they just did the whole sword thing, and they didn't spawn an enemy, so you didn't have to fight one.
Get him!
Okay, no. That should have been a dodge right. I did not. Oh, come on. Oh, hell. Other people are just like, they'll finish it. They don't need me. No, it's all right.
I'm just gonna piggyback this final
Yeah, see, the
raid
pattern
of
on the
whole
ground shows
series.
that's it. Let me. Yeah, see, I tried to run to this side and 3 guys blocked my way.
Hey, 1/4 health remaining.
Wait, no.
Uh-oh, he's gonna cross the threshold.
Here and now, Guardians! Right, we've got it on the ropes.
Well, now what?
That shape, it ain't final.
Call to Ghost?
What was made can be unmade.
Yeah.
I know what to do.
Do you?
Guardian, channel the Traveler's light through me.
Which button is that?
What is he
Which
talking
button is
about?
that? I don't know.
It's a cutscene.
Sort of. It's a quick time event, basically.
Oh.
Can't tell which one of those beams is mine.
I don't understand.
Oh, we're so on the same boat on that regard.
That's it.
Fair enough.
We did it. We did it.
Alright, is there a final cutscene after that?
Only 500 rep with the ghost.
Yeah, exactly. I'll now be at level 2 with my own ghost, who's been with us for 15 years out of the story now. Actually, 10. Who's counting?
No!
Oh, I spoke. You broke your ghost.
Ghost?
Not a chance in heck they actually do this.
Do what?
I mean, like, kill your ghost, because they've already set it up that like, your entire ability to do light powers is based on ghosts.
Oh.
If they wanted to actually end the game and tell you it's over now, either start over with a new character or play something else, but I do not think they're going to do that.
Raised an army.
I'll be surprised.
You can bring back one.
After all, I can't raise my rep with him if they kill him here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He sure shined bright back there, huh?
Cade.
I do love doing these cutscenes with this absolutely
comes from
monstrous
the
helmet.
Returns
Yeah.
to the light. My gal Sundance told me that. She also said we're all connected. Guardians, ghosts, the Traveler.
I presume that's Sundance.
Well, Sundance was his
Now
ghost.
You tell the others this was my choice. My light. Nobody makes my fate but me. You're my favorite. Don't ever forget that.
Yeah, we're gonna have Cade sacrifice himself for your ghost.
Guardian. There you are.
But then resets himself to the default appearance somehow.
Mint condition. Oh, he hugs him. He hugs him.
Should have made it more of a plush character if they wanted you to ever hug your ghost. I'm betting in 2014 they didn't look at the ghost design and say, but what if the player wants to hug it? Didn't think of that.
Paper bag.
It's definitely healing, but we've still got a lot of work to do. surviving witness forces, clashes with the Lucent Brood.
I've got a man bun now. Children should be running in terror from me.
So much change. We've been fighting for so long. And now we've won.
I don't know what to do with the rest of my life.
I thought it would feel different.
Have you ever considered piracy?
Make a great Dread Pirate Roberts.
Maybe because we haven't celebrated it yet. Guardian, Ghost, you're just in time.
Neither of you have names, but that's not weird.
Wouldn't let a little work get in the way of having a good time.
You're right. For now, our task is appreciating this moment.
And after that?
We'll probably shoot some dudes.
You'll face the future when it comes.
With 11 other people and hopefully not a long wait time.
Do not remember that robot dog from anything.
I was about to say, there was a robot dog in this franchise?
And there's Kate Six's chicken. And that previous musical cue was the original Destiny 1 main menu music.
Oh. That didn't have anything to do with the music of Spheres, did it?
It was part of that. This kind of feels low impact compared to the celebration scene at the end of Destiny 1 where I don't know whether they used actual player models in terms of like Guardian characters there on the square when the speaker goes up to congratulate the team for beating the big bad at the end of the Destiny 1 story campaign. But they did put in the tower a bunch of Guardian characters with various appearances. Oh, here we go, cutscene.
Dog.
What the? I think I missed a season where they introduced the robot dog. I have no idea who the robot dog is.
Hey, Sylvester Stallone, knit.
Yeah, Keitel's taken up knitting.
There's not supposed to be a voiceover here, is there?
I don't know. I think I was expecting either a voiceover or a credit sequence.
The man bun.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like the most momentous thing that happens here is that evil is defeated and Crow puts up his hair. I mean, that's what you're getting out of this. The Vala plays with ice. Star Horse gets moved to a farm upstate. Drifter and Eris shack up. Mara makes fun of Crow's haircut. I'm surprised by the number of graves because Zavala lost a wife, a child, and a ghost, and I only saw 2 graves there.
I only saw 2 graves too.
So so somebody got left out there. And since the ghost was there, it was either the wife or the son. The only thing I miss
Ghost
about
is the only
deciding
thing.
not to do the new season is that that's got failsafe in it.
Oh.
I feel like this is prep for a trivia question. It's like, do you remember who these things are? No? Oh well.
Not having color doesn't help. Is that Latin?
Yeah, Bungie's got a weird thing for using Latin. Okay, and here's how they continue the game, even though it's supposed to have ended.
3 shooting stars?
I don't know how much they're going to tell us here, but I know the spoiler, which is those are supposed to be fragments of the witness.
Witness's death spread like
Yeah,
a shock
here we go.
through its troops. The instant it was destroyed, things shifted. Most of the witness's followers fled when it fell, but its most zealous believers are still carrying out its last orders. Zivu Arath is still out there, mortal, moving in the shadows. House Salvation is turned on itself, with Aramis nowhere to be seen. Savathun and the Lucent Brood are trying to claim control of the Pale Heart. With the witness dead, both Scorn and Taken are directionless. To put it simply,
And so are we.
in the wake of the witness, a power vacuum has been created in the universe. Who knows what will try to fill it? But out of all of this, the most worrying thing is an aurora. It's bleeding out of the Traveler. Light and darkness venting into open space over Earth.
Looks like a hazmat
Designated
problem.
a no-fly zone within 100 kilometers of the aurora, enforced by Alliance cruisers. So far, no one has tested it.
But by the way, you're soaking in it.
Formation of the aurora, a piece of anomalous matter erupted from the Traveler, moving away at relativistic speeds. We tracked one out to a distance between Neptune and Jupiter, in the orbital path of Nessus. Then we lost track of it. I've got hunters in the field investigating.
Thank you, Crow. I'll leave it to you.
Copy that.
I'm getting too old for this.
I'm headed back out to the field myself. I need to see if I can pick up Fickrell's trail. Find out what's going on with the Scorn.
Keep me updated. And good work.
Yeah, so I'm guessing at this point they will have removed Cade from the game as an NPC you can interact with. Crow will have taken his place as the leader of the characters who play the Hunter subclass, and the justification for continuing story vignettes after this bit is, oh, a little bit of the witness flew off this way and landed on this destination, and that will have created some stuff over there. Go do that. So it's go to Nessus and encounter a new group of Vex and kill them.
Oh, joy.
I don't know if there was more of that. Didn't seem like there was.
I mean, hey, if there's ever somehow witness returned, well,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least they set it up like that.
No, I don't think they'll be doing that because the witness wasn't really supposed to exist in the first place. Like when they made it originally, it was a struggle between light and darkness as concepts, and the only concrete entities we had to deal with was the Traveler, who represented the light. And then in the lore, there was this backstory, like a creation myth that was about two other entities called the Gardener and the Winnower. And it wasn't clear when they talked about that whether this was supposed to be literal or metaphorical. Like, are these actual characters? Are these entities? Are these things you can talk to? Is it going to walk up to you? Or is it just an idea about, well, this is how the world and life was created, how the universe was created? And there was this story that, like, prior to the existence of the universe that Destiny takes place in, there was a previous one. And that is also not quite sure whether it's metaphorical or literal, referred to as the game of life. Life competes with itself. It's supposed to be like some kind of version of the computer game of life, right? The computational thing where, in a block, there's a chance that a organism will live, and if it has others next to it, then it may replicate, and if it has too few next to it, it will die off, and if it has too many, then it's starved by overcrowding. These kinds of things. Funkmon has still left his computer running, by the way. And people, and supposedly that's where the Vex came from. The whole idea is that what happened is that the game of life was a struggle between sides represented by the Gardener and the Winnower, where the Guardian wanted to make life and have diversity, and the Winnower wanted to kill things and find the best. And the Vex always turned out to be the best. And so the Gardener said, I want to change the rules of the game because it's boring when the same thing always wins. In other words, like, basically the game of life was a thing where someone discovered the most effective tactic, and there was no more variation, so nothing interesting. The Vex supposedly escaped that game into the new version, and that's what they are. So the Vex are the leftover, most effective tactic from the previous competition between life forms. But the whole game was supposed to be you fighting against the quote-unquote minions of darkness, which were all of the other enemies. And it was all very vague. Was darkness a thing, a concept, a character? Was there ever going to be any answer to that? And I think what it was is I don't know if they ever had an intention to personify it, or whether they always just wanted to keep it vague and general and just have you fight the factions. Not the big bad behind the curtain Wizard of Oz type thing. Just fight the factions. But I think some people were dissatisfied with that. They were dissatisfied with the vagueness of it, the connections of it. So they had to invent a big bad. And so that was where they came up with this idea of, first they showed us the veiled statues, and I don't know if the significance of them as it happens in this story was invented then, or whether that also evolved over time, because I always thought that the statue was supposed to represent the enemy itself before we knew the name the Witness. And then it turned out the way they do it now is no, the Witness is the amalgamation of all the members of this precursor species. The statues represent people who were cut out of that consensus because they disagreed, and freeing them by destroying them and symbolically destroying the statues is what allows you to, make the Witness vulnerable and defeat it. So now the Witness is gone. So they invented this thing to represent the darkness. But then the question that people always wanted to know was, but are the Gardener and the Winnower literal or metaphorical? With the Witness gone, is there another literal big bad behind a curtain, or is that it? And I don't know the reasons for it, but all the lore videos I was seeing was people saying that something that happened in this story proves that the Winnower is real, that the Winnower is literal, that there is a thing. So that just like we had the Traveler and then the Veil as concrete things in the Stoner universe that you couldn't quite interact with because you can't speak with them directly, but they influence events. That the Gardener might not literally be the Traveler, but maybe. But the Winnower then may also be literal. So you have several pairs. You've got Gardener, Winnower, and Traveler, Veil. So the Witness has been defeated, but the Witness was not the Winnower. So that gives them still another layer of big bad behind the curtain to have influence. So it allows them to, one, say, we started a story and we completed it. We finished it. That is over. But again, that whole last thing was to basically set up, but yeah, the business model of this game as a live service basically means they will always still be going on. And so like now it's saying you can just do that in the higher difficulty. And if we go down to this territory now, right, all of these things are still going to be here and they're still going to be fighting each other. even in ways where it doesn't make sense.
It's just like Fallout 4 when you defeat the Brotherhood of Steel, bomb their airship, and kill the leaders. It's like, oh, there's a vertibird out there. Go take care of it.
Convalescence
endlessly.
Pathfinder. Liminality strike. Okay, so all right, but I wanted to do that activity because that is the actual conclusion to the story, and I certainly hope everybody found that, given that it was locked behind that exotic quest that was kind of weird and unsatisfying. Return
that
with
was
Ghost
weird.
City in the Pale Heart. All right, it looks like maybe we can have a follow-up conversation with Ghost. I guess let's try to do that, and then maybe we'll find some ghosts with Micah 10 and see how that is.
I have a feeling it's going to involve a lot of gratification.
Well, I don't know. It may just be it may be an exploration activity rather than a combat heavy or mechanic heavy activity. We'll see. Previously, when we were looking for missing ghosts or lost ghost fragments or stuff like that, it was just scavenger hunt. It was just find stuff in the open
I was
world.
referring to the post game catch up with Ghost. I guess that's not how it's going. What do we got, Ghost?
Connected. Your light, mine.
At least Ghost is fixed now.
He sacrificed his light so mine could shine again. I can feel him still. Sundance, too, I think. Tarj. All the ghosts and guardians who are a part of the Traveler. The Witness wanted to provide purpose to the universe. But purpose is ours to choose. Our fates are ours to make. Kate decided his was to reunite us. Now we get to ask the question the Witness wouldn't allow anyone to.
Which was?
What do you want our future to be?
Would it be playing another game?
How about a single player storyline as epic as this and just wham?
Yeah, I suspect that the future is probably Bungie handing this off to another subsidiary studio at Sony so that they can maintain the content
IP
pipeline slash, I don't know what you call it, a treadmill that is shoving stuff at people. Because what happens is that like they come up with a season that's supposed to last a couple of months and people grind through it in a week or two, and then YouTubers say, well, we're in a content drought now. So I'm like, what are you talking about?
So do you think that this ending does a better job at, allowing more Destiny content to continue compared to, say, Mass Effect 3, where their only idea was going to Andromeda? Or do you think they're stuck in a hard place?
Maybe. I think they're stuck in a hard place in that they should give more closure than it possibly can. Like, again, and I always usually hold up the example of that as Halo 3. Halo 3 concluded things about as well as you could possibly do. And if you view Halo as the story of Master Chief and Cortana going through a bunch of stuff rather than a big universe in which you can tell many stories, because Bungie finished Halo 3, was contractually obligated to do 2 more games, did a prequel and a side story, and did not bring back the Master Chief and Cortana for either of those. And still handed the franchise off to Microsoft because of what they wanted, and they immediately went back to the well and have had very mixed results with everything they've done since then. I think it wasn't. I think neither of those were meant to be continued, and as a result, they have a problem. This can't provide closure because it's meant to be continued.
Gotcha. Hey.
Okay,
Almost
Guardian have been doing a
19.
lot of thinking. I haven't been very enthusiastic about using darkness, but we can't avoid. We're way beyond that. Reflect upon your journey and look forward to. Okay, which button is reflect upon my journey? Okay, Paleheart Engram. Okay, I've gotten like 3 copies of this gun. This gun I've been using, and I already have a higher level version of it.
Has anything ever gotten to 2,000?
No,
Or is it always
they
the
have
1900s?
periodically reset power levels back down. I think this is as high as it's ever been. I don't remember if we've ever been above 2,000. Oh, future renewed. I've already done it. I guess I've already reflected upon my journey. So all I need to do is claim the 25 triumph points for doing it. And then, yeah, and I've already gotten 2 of these. Like, oh, you did the thing. You're now eligible to buy merch. You literally have to play the game to unlock the ability to buy merch. Which, honestly, I was doing it when it was t-shirts, because they used to have a thing where like they would be a rush to like do a bunch of stuff in the summer, and it was a grind, and it was the only grind I engaged with. And if you went through about 80% of it, there was a threshold at which you earned the right to buy a t-shirt. And last summer I did the grind and I forgot to order the t-shirt until the day after the window to buy it closed. So I don't have last summer's t-shirt.
I'm glad they say unlock instead of buy, because I could just buy this thing off at
you
eBay.
Can't earn it. Like I could easily see where it's like if you did this, you earned the t-shirt. They just send you a t-shirt, and anybody else, if they wanted to have it, they could buy it. But then you can't tell on the street the difference between people who bought it and who earned it. So it's not like that. Everybody has to earn it, and then if you want to get it, you have to buy it. So everybody's earned it, and everybody's bought it. And then they went through this whole thing where there are these things, right? There are titles, like complete a bunch of activities in the game and you earn a title that appears under your name when other players look at you in lists. But then once that was done and you could show off the title, there was nothing else to do. So they invented a process called gilding your title, which is that repeat all the requirements for the title again, and we'll make it appear in the lists as shiny and gold, so people can tell whether you just did it once or whether you did it this year. And then periodically they would reset that so that everybody's titles would stop glowing gold until you repeated it.
That hurts.
And there are some titles that down here, legacy titles, you can't earn these anymore. In some cases, because the content that's required to do it is no longer in the game. So these down here no longer can be earned. So I can show off the fact that I have the destination triumph, which is called Wayfarer. But you can't do this. And partly is because you did this by doing all the available activities on all the available destinations. Some of those destinations have been removed from the game. This is for completing the first campaign, the launch campaign for Destiny 2. It's been removed from the game. You can't play it. So since you can't play it, you can't earn this.
That's... Oh yeah, that I just remember Destiny 2, dropping content as it was moving forward, so that makes sense.
I should probably see if this gun's any good. Heat distribution. Pick up orbs or land precision hits to charge the weapon's super bar. Long press X to fire a golden gunshot. Okay, I've seen people using this. I've seen people using this in the raid.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Transcendence. Find a manifestation of the light in the cave in the refraction. Darkness in the cave in seclusion. All right. Oh, there's a radio message? What's the radio message?
Guardian, if you're hearing this, look, I hate goodbyes. I never was good at them, so this ain't that. This is me saying thanks. You and Akora and Zavala. And Crow. Yeah, I'll deal him in here. Kid deserves a seat at the table. But, thank you. For being the best friends a fella could hope for. Best fire team I didn't want, and the best bet I ever lost. I know folks will miss me. I'm sorry. Never wanted to open up more hurt, but I don't think I can just head on back to the tower. I'm being held together by light and wishes, and it feels like I'm here for a good time, but not a long time. Get me? So while it lasts, I need this life to have a reason. I need it to mean something. And if you're hearing this, it did. I want to make everybody proud. No, even better, I want to make me proud. I hope I got it right this time. I'll see you around, Guardian.
And I'm back. What'd I miss?
Recorded message from Cade about like, well, you know, if you're hearing this, I'm not coming back. I wanted my life to mean something. But again, brings up the thing that like, okay, so Cade then sacrificed himself for the player character's ghost. But even canonically, right, there are lots of those. Since like you do a raid with 6 other Guardians. Those Guardians all have ghosts, but they're not unique named ghosts with distinct personalities. They're just the same ghost you all have. There's only one Cade, and Cade sacrificed for ghosts. So, I mean, there's no way to resolve these conflicts. All you can do is say, like, well, it's a game. You can't resolve it. There isn't anything you can do about it.
Nobody makes my fate but me, but you're still ending on an audio log. Geez, that is like the Avengers.
Confront the witness and conclude the Light and Darkness saga. Rewards XP. This is one of those things where it's like, you know, you finish Fallout 4 and you blow up the Institute and it's a huge XP dump and you're like, yeah, okay, but now I level up, but what do you do with that? Like, what do you do with the rewards you get for the last quest, especially for stuff that doesn't have a new game plus or anything like that? Grenade launcher.
Well, if you joined the Institute, at least you got a white paint scheme for your X01 armor.
Ooh, look at a lot of stuff. Oh my god.
And well, unlike I would say this, at least Fallout 4 had DLC incoming if you wanted to play post game that.
All right. Well, let's at least look at whatever this is. Convalescence Rootbound. I think is here. Yeah. We'll give one of these a spin.
Multiple enemies inbound to your position, Guardian.
Oh. This exotic gun is so new, its model hasn't loaded yet. Give the game a minute.
I was like,
nope.
A cloaking device sniper rifle, and the scope still works.
Yep, nope, still not, nope. No bullets. No model. Alright, now I gotta take off some of these waypoints. I gotta make sure that I'm going the right place. Still can't use this gun. It has no model. All right, let me go back to the other gun that I can use.
Oh, you can't use that gun?
No, I can't fire it. Anyway, Okay, I think this is the waypoint I want. One under the bridge. Or... No, I guess not. Thought there was something down here. Okay, I think... Oh, it's a lost sector. Okay.
That's a flag.
Yeah, and that's used to basically start, like, if we just walk in here, and I think all it wants me to do is walk in there, then, you know, there's this activity at a certain level, and if we want to do it at a harder level, where it tells you, we're going to change this way, right? We're going to lock your equipment. So if you launch that activity by using this flag instead of walking in, you're not allowed to change armored weapons until you leave. They will be tough types of enemies that you must counter with certain weapons. There will be more damage from this damage type, and enemies will have shield of also this type, and there will be modifiers, in this case fire pit, which means that, like, there'll be a solar thing that spawns on the ground when you kill certain enemies, and chaff means your radar won't work. However, for this quest, I do not think I need to do that version of it. The waypoint just says go in here, so I think we could just do it. And lost sectors by themselves are not hard. It is weird that this entire geography is supposed to have been invented rather than discovered. Like, this is not a physical space. These are replicas of existing spaces in the game world.
So we're still in the Traveler?
Yeah, we're still inside the Traveler, but almost all of the geometry we're seeing in here is either taken from or inspired by various other areas of the game. So, like, to the extent that lost sectors in the game world were supposed to represent lost spaces that people had forgotten about, you know, like caves in Skyrim and stuff like that. But nothing in here can be forgotten, because this was all created actively by thoughts or memories of the Traveler or people inside it. So nothing in here is lost, at least not that way.
Whoa.
Imagine only one more room in this, based on the usual length of lost sectors.
Oh, I don't think we're going to get let off that easily.
You've entered a search area. The waypoint has disappeared, indicating your goal is nearby. Look closely at your surroundings to find it. Stray too far, and the waypoint will return.
Question Decker says, no intention to ever attempt No Man's Sky Expedition, I take it?
Not today, but we will have time. Like next Saturday, it will not have ended yet, so that's when we'll do it. But I want Blackstar to be we want Blackstar to be able to participate in that. So even though we will be doing it separately.
I mean, hey, I thought our separate playthrough of what was it? Starfield was pretty fun.
Okay, that's just a collectible. That's nothing useful.
Whoa. I've seen a moth explode that big before.
Yeah, the white glowing hive have moths in them, and when you kill them, the moths get out and they want to look for somewhere else to go, or else they path to you and explode. Okay, immune again. I'm gonna go look for the green boots second time. There's the ogre. I guess there must be another one. I thought that was... here he is.
The knight is sworn to valor.
Okay, that's it. Now it's mop up. Moth mop up. Mon Mothma mop up.
Mon Mothma? The leader of the Rebel Alliance?
One of those was Mon Mothma. You can't tell. Oh, wait. Oh! I didn't go and do the fatality, so she came back.
Oh, we got... Oh, Destiny has finishers?
Yeah, they invented it for the Hive characters that now have ghosts, so they're like us, like Guardians, so they respawn unless you kill the ghosts. That was why I was complaining that, like, killing ghosts started off as being this unique, once-in-a-lifetime thing that hardly ever happened, and happened to the Cade character, and it was a huge deal that it happened, to a thing you routinely do in any Hive encounter where there is a powerful enemy.
Kind of like how Star Wars MMO had Jedi be a very rare class that you had to work real hard to earn.
Yes.
They just made it a class you could start out with.
Yes. And of course, the fan base argument between wanting something to be accessible and wanting it to be significant.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna get the reward chest, and then I have to look for whatever. I'm looking for a missing ghost in here. I'm guessing is in this area somewhere. Oh, there we go. All right, so that's what they look like. They've got an orange glow. Woo!
You are my lucky star.
Growth in the Arbor of Light. Arbor assessed. We have to do an Arbor assessment. That's sounding very much like Elden Ring, actually.
Indeed. I still haven't beaten that game.
Although that's not so much. That's less arbor assessment and more arboreal arson. Actually, where is this? Can I just teleport back out? Yeah, okay. I think it's go talk to. Yeah. No sense walking.
Whoa, look at this. It's all growing. Think it means the Traveler's doing a little better?
Let's get the Traveler a bowl of chicken soup.
That wasn't our ghost that we were looking at, was it?
I think this is our ghost looking at here, although again, it had the right voice, but is using the default shell. But mine is using a different version of the default shell. So
Stasis. I keep calling it ice, but no.
yeah,
I learned it's stasis.
It's ice. Don't worry about it. And again, they haven't this is Micah through radio, but there's no Micah. I guess they couldn't spend an animation on this, or
Only
even a
from the
voice
torso and
in
up.
this case. Fissure of light brightens slightly in response to the ghost presence. Motes of light drift up and drift towards the damaged ghost you carry like dandelion seeds floating in the wind.
You would know
Micah's
that?
machinery whirs into high gear, analyzing what it can. The damaged ghost looks far from
Good news,
healed.
bad news. We got away, we're cheap. Nice and safe. But that's a lot of hurt. That exposure directly to the Traveler's light was a good start, but not enough. Not yet. I don't know if we just need to get closer, or if the Traveler's hurt too bad to help. I hate to ask for more from it. The Traveler wouldn't be in this position if it hadn't stayed with us time after time. I've got a hunch, though. Ghosts came from the Traveler to begin with. Heal one, heal the other, maybe? Better than doing nothing at all. Learning what this little one was after should show us something. I'll do a little scouting and research of my own, see if there are any deeper places we can go. You do the same. Find what light you can, fight the Witness's servants. Whatever's hurting the Traveler.
Go grind some
Meet
levels.
you back here in a bit.
Blessing acquire. Fly, yeah, okay, so this is grinding.
And only bits of her dialogue were in that description. I was having a hard time reading and following at the same time.
Yeah. Right. A bit. I mean, it's fine. Like what I wanted. I was worried that activity I did, Excision, was was gated behind one of these, and so we would need to finish this to do it. But it wasn't. It was just that other quest. It was collecting Screeb juice. That was locking the final conclusion of the dark versus light saga of Destiny. Was find the bucket for the Screeb juice.
Not a single barrel to put it in.
Yep. No barrels. Okay, so next week we are going to be playing the Adrift Expedition in No Man's Sky. It will be the last weekend for that, so we will not have a prayer of finishing it, whatever that means. But I just want to measure the mood. I want to see what it's like going through a more barren No Man's Sky galaxy that doesn't have a bunch of other players and a bunch of NPCs running around and a bunch of crowded space stations and settlements with leaders and crews and stuff like that. That's kind of empty. Something you explore. We're gonna see what it feels like to do that. That's what I want.
It was an experience for me, most definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I am Jail. He is Narction. We are Rampancy.
Bye-bye.
Witness nears the final shape.
It's reshaping reality into a perfect stillness. I'm done burying my friends.
It's the end of everything. Might as well try to stop it.
One last step. Together. Into the end.
This place.
It's hard to describe. An infection. Festering.
You said it spoke to you.
The witness shows us what it thinks we want. It's a lie.
Lightbearer. Let us lift the weight of suffering. Join us.
Zavala, please, don't do this.
Got everything. Why don't you think? And if I'm being honest, it might have been a nightmare.
Keep moving!
Nobody makes my fate but me.
I had a dream.